Hey everyone, this is Odin again with another tutorial on how to program in Java. Last episode we went over variable types such as strings, integers, doubles, and how to assign them to variables. This episode we're going to use those variables and use them to create loops. The first loop that we're going to learn is the if loop. It tests to see if an argument is true, then it will execute a certain line of code. If it's false, it won't. So let me go ahead and do this real quick. Alright, so here is the basic setup for if, right? So first of all, let's go ahead and create a variable. Let's call I set equal to 5, alright? So we have an integer I, which is 5. Now, here's how you make an if statement. If, you type an if, and then you put parentheses. And here, let me just go ahead and type up the... Yeah, there you go. Alright, so you start with the word if, right? Then you do space, and then you put parentheses. Inside your parentheses, you make your condition that you want to check if it's true or false. So let's do if I is less than 10, then right. So yeah, so if, and then here's our thing. We need if it returns true. So if I is less than 10, then it's going to execute this line of code. We'll put I is less than 10. Whoops. Alright, so just in case you didn't know that, so if, and then here's our argument. If I is less than 10, I is 5. So if 5 is less than 10, and 5 is less than 10, it will print out, it will do this code right here, right? Whatever it's in the brackets. So we'll print I is less than 10. Let's go and run it to check to see if that works. And it does print because 5 is less than 10. Now, let's make another if statement. So let's do something like if I is greater than 0, then print I is greater than 0, right? So if, and then here's our argument or condition. That's why they're called conditionals, because they're checking see if a condition is true. If I is if it is greater than 0, then we want it to print out I is greater than 0. Alright, so 5 is greater than 0, so it will print both lines of the statement. So yeah, let's go and change the value of I to something else. Let's put 100. So first of all, it's going to go through and check if 100 is less than 10. It is not less than 10, so it will skip all this code and go to the next statement. It will check if 100 is greater than 0, and it is, so it will display this line of code right here. So let's go ahead and see that. So it prints out I is greater than 0. Now, there is one operator you guys don't know yet, unless you teach yourself. It's called the, poop, I forgot. Okay, let me just show you. So, let's say you want to check to see if the number is even, right? So then, we'll start if statement. Now, we want something that will give us the remainder. If you remember from math, the remainder is how much is left over when you divide. So, for example, if you did 10 divided by 4, the remainder would be 2. Now, to get a remainder, you use the percent. Like this. Well, I'll explain it in a minute. Alright, so what it does is it divides it. Oh, whoops, sweet. And set that equal to 0. Alright. That's supposed to be percent. And then 2 equals, right? So if you remember, 2 equals means is it equal to, not assignment, but is it equal to. Alright, so the percent operator, what it does is it does 100 divided by 2, and that's going to be 50 with a remainder of 0. It takes that, it returns that remainder number, which is 0. So it checks if it's equal to 0. Remember, if the remainder is equal to 0, then that means the number is even, because you're dividing it by 2, and all even numbers are divisible by 2. So if it's equal to 0, then we want to print out, I guess just say I is even. Alright, so let's go and check that out. 100 divided by 2 does return 0 as a remainder, so it is even. Alright, so that's your basic if statement. Of course, there are more conditionals. We're going to be going over them next. We're going to find an easier way to do something. It's called an if-else statement. I won't go into detail into it yet, but we'll be learning that next episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, drop a like if you enjoyed. If you're new, be sure to subscribe. So have a good day.